Greetings, love and light. It's your brother Rajinda Amwatan. Many of you know me as Nyamiado. And today I am gonna share a story. Why I failed in Ghana 2017. I haven't shared the story for the past 5 years. I've been quiet, kept to myself and my family. You know, failure is a very sensitive and personal experience that most of the time we keep to ourselves. But actually, it's a lesson. If you don't fail, you never learn. So for the past 5 years, I'm learning and preparing not to fail again. And I know most of you are planning on repatriating back home because it's a great exodus. Mother Africa is calling, and so many of you feel it deep down. Feel the calling deep down. And I know so many of us are unprepared. So now we're living in a state of anguish because we're not ready. Many are called, few are chosen. So we're feeling the anguish every day. I tried 2017, I failed. I know some of you have made it to Ghana, and now, because you are not prepared, you are not well informed about the reality of repatriation, of moving to Ghana, now you're thinking of coming back. And most of you are staying, but you're thinking of how to really live fully and not just survive in Ghana. Because you were surviving here. If you go back to Ghana, you go back to Africa, you want to be alive, you want to live, you want to experience life in its fullest because you're home. But all the realities, our brothers and sisters home, those of us home, are not prepared for you, to receive you. So it makes things difficult. So me growing up in Ghana, I grew up in Ghana. I was in the state from 2012 to 2017. So in the year 2016, some events happened in my life. I was very, very devoted to Dr. Sebi. And I wanted to be an instrument of his service, of nutrition, healing our people. So I took a nutrition course to become a certified health coach, health and wellness coach. So whilst I was in my program, early of August, I think August 5th or 6th, I received a message that Dr. Sebi transitioned. That was a big blow, very disturbing news, devastating news, because I was planning to go visit him in Honduras. But I knew that he has left so much with us, so we can move on with it. Because he didn't hold back. He lived fully, gave himself fully. So I absorbed what I could from him. I continued my course, which was supposed to end in November. And unfortunately, my dad also transitioned in October. October 6, 2016. Dr. Sebi died. That was like my godfather. I took him as my godfather, or my teacher, my healer. my counselor, my nutritionist, my friend. I spend all my days in the home listening to Dr. Sebi, playing his video in the background in the house all day. August, Dr. Sebi died, transitioned, and October, my father transitioned. Two great men in my life has transitioned. You know, anytime death happens in a distance to other families, you don't feel it until it's close. And it brings you closer to life. It makes you realize the urgency of life. Life is a very urgent situation. We make money every day, but we can't make time. So whatever we have to do it, we have to do it now. It makes you move with urgency. It shakes you up. Why are we living all this? Why are we going through all this? Why are we hustling so much? What is the purpose of this life? You begin to question your entire existence. If it's going to end like this, if it's going to end this way. All what Dr. Sebi did, all the life my father did, all that we are doing is just going to end like that. But I continue my nutrition course. I finished in November. But then that anguish, I couldn't go to my father's funeral back home in Ghana. I didn't get a chance to bury my dad. So there was a lot going on within, and I knew I had to go back home. I knew I had to go back home. I was going through a very intense transition. A few months before that, I was connecting to all of myself, to nature. I was barefoot. I went barefooted, absorbing the energy of the earth, grounding the earth, becoming one with the earth, keeping grounded. And all of this happened. And during that time too, there was this group happening around that time, Melanation, and Nature, these guys in Costa Rica. So there was this intense energy going on, intense energy in the universe. People moving to nature, moving to the equator, all of these things. But I knew I had to go home. So I did not want the sun of the new year 2017 to shine on me in United States. I did not want that sun to shine on me, then New Year to shine on me. So I booked my ticket December 31st. I was in the air, I was flying. I landed in Ghana. So the 1st of January 2017, I was in the air, and I landed in Ghana 2nd of January 2017. January 2nd, 2017. Here I am. I've stripped off. Barefoot, no clothes. I had a wrap skirt. I'm not saying I'm naked. I had a wrap skirt around my waist. Go through a transition. Booked my ticket, I left. I forgot that I was going home. And being a Ghanaian, leaving Ghana, coming to the States and going back is different than a diasporan returning back home. Because as I was here in the States, a lot of people were dependent on me. A lot of people were dependent on me. my brothers, my family. I'm always sending remittance back home, sending money back home to take care of this, to take care of that. You're responsible for your family. And here you are, you return back home, saying you are not going back to the state, you are here to stay. Ooh, child. It was an interesting journey. I was in Ghana from January to October. A lot of events happened within those 10 months. And if you want to hear all of it, if you want to hear my journey, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Because I'm going to be sharing some gems. I'm going to be sharing some information. Because there is a process. Those of us returning home, especially those of you who have been here for so long, since 400 years, you might be the first of your generation to return to Africa. You pack up, you go. But going to Africa, there is a transition that you have to go through. Most diasporans overlook that, neglect that, bypass that. Because it's a powerful journey. It's a spiritual experience. We are not just flesh and blood. We are divine spiritual beings having a human experience. And for our African brothers and sisters who are in the diaspora, especially those in the Americas who might have been the first of their generation to be returning back home, this is a very powerful transition. Because your great ancestors went through a door of no return, and now you are returning back home. It's not something to be taken lightly. They crossed the Atlantic Ocean, the transatlantic ocean, and they were brought here. They prayed, they prophesied. They walked through a door of no return, but they prophesied that one day, if we don't get a chance to go back, our children will get a chance to go back. As we make those same kind of prophecies today, we're making sure we're getting some things in place. We might not get to see it, but we make sure our children will get to see the work we have done. So they are being honored through you. It's an honor that you're giving them. I keep stressing on that word. They are living through you to see this bright day. Because since they were captured and put in the dungeons, transported and brought to America, they have never seen a light. That darkness, that brutality. Up until now, some of us are still in America experiencing this brutality. Yes, they fought so hard for us to get some form of relief. I'm not going to say freedom, because until you go back to Africa, you are not free. Where the animal is tied, that is where the animal is released. It's an African proverb. Don't get me wrong. I know we are very correct these days. Don't get me wrong that I'm saying you're an animal. Baby, I chichira buano, the one is saneno. Where the animal was tied. Baby, I chichira buano, the one is jano. Baby, I chichira buano, the one is saneno. Where the animal was captured and tied, that is where the animal is released. You can't be in America, having returned to Africa, and say you are free. You're still in bondage. Until you break that curse, and honor your ancestor. Release them from that curse. They have lived through you to see this day. That anguish that you are feeling in your blood, in your whole being, is your ancestors. That information, that memory to return home. So I hear the stories where some brothers and sisters say, something just, I woke up and God told me to leave. I woke up and something told me to pack up and go. They were done. They were over. It's about time. Get going. Your time is up. Everybody, time to happen on different times. Some are prepared, but some are not prepared. Some are prepared, but some are not prepared even when the message comes. And you pay that price with anguish, looking forward to go home. I have failed. I know how it is to fail. The emotions that I have to do with to return here. Go against my own words. Humble myself. Tuck my ego under a tree. Bury my ego to return to United States. Yes, I failed. And I don't want you to fail. That is why I'm finally opening up about this. Because I feel like I have been selfish. I should have shared this a while ago, but I guess the time is now. I have been selfish with my experience. And I know if me sharing this now is going to help a lot of brothers and sisters with their decision, with their preparation for them to be successful, not make the mistake that I made. To prepare you, your mindset, finances, your emotions, and also to go through the right transition, because it's a spiritual journey. It's not just packing your bag and taking a flight. This is a spiritual journey. 4 generations or 5 generations, and you are honoring them, breaking the curse, releasing them. Oh, brothers, sisters, don't take that for granted. Do not take that for granted. Oh, they have lived through you to see this day. Don't take it lightly. I am not talking to those of you who said you are not Africans. We have identified as Africans. We have accepted that name. I know some say there are so many names, but we have accepted Africans, and that's what we move with. Whatever we are, so if I say African, that is what has been accepted. So going back, it's a whole journey. It's a cultural change. It's a unification, remembrance. This is a reparation that you are honoring your ancestors with. It's a reparation. They will not give it to us. We have to honor ourselves with our own reparation. Subscribe, and you are going to love this journey. It's going to be a journey of healing, of remembrance, of reconnection, of unification, and building. It's a journey to empower, to enlighten, to elevate our spirit. In the times we are in, we have to elevate, rise our spirit, because we are dealing with forces that are trying to keep us down, that are trying to tame us, that are trying to oppress us. So we have to elevate ourselves, empower ourselves, and enlighten ourselves. It's an honor and it's a blessing to be here to experience these times. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for holding with me. And I'm glad I've been able to open up. So in my next video, I'm going to go within the 10 months, what transpired, what I should have done, what I did, why I didn't succeed in staying. So stay tuned. Hit the like button and the subscribe, and it's going to be beautiful. Blessings.